This conference will now be recorded.
Just give me a minute. It is loading. Okay. So yesterday we are learning about master planning. We are learning about master planning. So in this, like I have posted one transaction, I have shown like how it is creating MRP and all the process. Let me recap. So in the master planning, the first most important setup is collapse setup, coverage group. So in this coverage group, we have mapped like we can map min max or requirement period min max manual. Okay, only for period it will give you our coverage period. For smaller items, I can make coverage period like larger 6 months something. I can purchase. The sample that it was given 20 days, but in real time scenario it will be huge days. Okay, and coverage time fence means the future, like in the next 100 days, whatever the orders are there, those orders we need to take. Understood? This next 100 days means coverage fence means uh, suppose I'm planning, because this master planning is more about production, to be frankly, rather than logistics people. Production people, they will use a lot in this master planning. Now this coverage time fence means next 100 days, whatever I need to dispatch the material or I need to deliver the material to different customers. For that, I need to plan. I need to plan. Okay. Negative days means here. So suppose if it is to come from uh, purchasing, like vendor is in Mumbai or something, then it will take 2 days time to reach my premises. That is negative days. Negative days. Okay. So whenever you are creating coverage group, you need to make sure like the coverage time fence and negative days. These two are important. Okay, fine. Next, one more we need to understand plans, master plans. So one is dynamic plan, one is static plan. Dynamic plan, okay, static plan. So master also it is there, it is not that much important. One is dynamic plan, one is master plan, static plan. What is this difference between these two means? Okay, so you can create anything, anyone can create anything, but you are going to map in the parameters, master planning parameters. Here you need to define, one is static plan, another one is dynamic plan, another one is forecast plan. You need to define three: static plan, dynamic plan, forecast plan, and coverage group. You need to define all these four. Okay, so requirement yesterday we learned. Now you are creating one dynamic plan. You can create any plan. So I have created dynamic plan and static plan. Okay, so the major difference between dynamic plan and static plan is including forecasts. We have included forecasts. Okay, so what is this means? Actually, you can understand this one once it is mapped, that once it is created here in the plans and the master planning, if you map it, then whenever you are executing, look at this one, whenever you are executing master plan, run master planning, observe here. Okay, in this master planning parameters, in current dynamic plan, whatever you have selected, current dynamic master plan, whatever you have selected, for that it will show you regeneration, net change minimized. It will allow you to select 3. And in the current static plan, whatever you have configured, it may be 1, it may be 10, or whatever the plan you have selected, for that, look at this one, you don't have those many options. You don't have option to select. So in the current dynamic master plan, whatever you have selected, for that we have option to choose planning method. Whereas in the static plan, current static plan, whatever you have defined, for that it will not allow you to modify selections. Okay, fine. If it is dynamic plan, then what are these? What is this actually? Regeneration, net change, and then net change minimized. This dynamic plan will be executed periodically, weekly or bi-weekly or monthly. Weekly, bi-weekly or monthly. What this will do, regeneration, means it will delete already existing planned orders and it will regenerate for the entire application. I mean, this entire company, in this company, for the entire company, already existing master planning, like whenever it was executed earlier, it will be deleted and it will recreate planned purchase orders, planned production orders, planned transfer orders automatically. Okay, net change means only changes, means initially I have received a sales order for 10 quantity. Now I have modified from 10 quantity to 15 quantity. So there is a 5 change. So we need to modify. So for that adjustments, it will create new planned production orders or purchase orders or transfer orders. This one is minimized, means if it is decreased only, for that decreased we need to do the minus, that is minimized. Understood? Usually we'll use regeneration or net change. Whereas static plan, it will work for only changes. By default, it will work for only changes. So the execution time will be huge if you are executing for the complete entire legal entity, means the entire sales orders and everything. So this regeneration process in general, every Sunday or every alternative Sunday, it will be executed, so that it will take this master planning. This will take minimum to minimum 4 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, sometimes 24 hours also. Based on the huge data, it will take so much time. Understood? Any questions here? Dynamic plan and static plan.
Small one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, during the last running of this master plan, some planned purchase orders will be maybe created. But the next time, all you are telling that all the planned orders will be deleted next time
For dynamic plan only.
Dynamic planning. If any planned purchase orders or any planned production orders, if any one is formed, that one also it will be deleted. It will be existed like that.
No, it is converted to purchase order, means you have created already an order. That will not be deleted. Master planning will not delete the already existing purchase orders. That is against sales order you have already created, against demand you have created an order. Got it?
Okay,
Already created an order.
Okay, farm orders will be like that only.
Yeah, because farm orders you cannot see here at all. Look at this one. Once it is firm, it will not be lying here at all. In the planned orders, it will show you only planned orders. Once it is firm, it was moved out. It will not be here at all.
Okay.
So it will look at this one only.
Okay. Sir, one more doubt, sir.
Yeah.
So you are telling that by every weekly or every Sunday, every two weeks once, we are going to run this master schedule. Suppose if today I got one sales order from one customer, immediately from the next day itself, it may be increased or decreased, maybe withdrawn. Then is it going to take care of this dynamic planning?
In the dynamic plan, so you are not going to execute my dynamic plan every day. The changes, whatever it is there, you are executing the static plan.
Means you are going, we can use for both static and dynamic combinedly.
Yeah. Yes.
Both the plans.
So this is dynamic plan will be executed every weekly or every bi-weekly, and a static plan will be executed every day.
Okay.
For the changes. Got it?
Okay, sir.
Fine. Next. Actually here, if you look at this one is master planning, one is forecast planning. Master planning is more about on demand, means demanded quantity. Okay, here the orders, received orders, for that we are executing sales orders, for that we are whatever it is there, it is for those only we are running master planning. Whereas forecast planning means, here forecast means you are creating demand forecast lines manually. Example, for car manufacturing companies, for car manufacturing companies, once they received an order from the customer, they will not start manufacturing the car. They will not start manufacturing the car. They will start manufacturing car in advance. The feature prediction. Feature prediction. So this is demand forecast is feature prediction. You can create like feature prediction. Okay, this is demand forecast you are creating. Once it is created, okay, once it is created, you can run this master plan like this. Okay, we'll see this one how to do it. Okay, on transaction so that we can understand clearly. So let me go to one item. Product information management. Let me verify SK items. Sorry, release products. Product information management. Products. Release products. So SK 0012. Let me verify on hand inventory there are. Even it is there or not required, no problem. Suppose SK0011, just verify. Fine. So now computer systems. Okay, I'm planning demand forecasting. I'm entering demand forecasting lines. Click on new model. I'm selecting item. What is the item I have selected? SK0011. Just a minute, it's loading. Okay, so site 1, warehouse 11, sales quantity suppose 200 I have predicted. Okay, the amount is not coming here in the release product. We have not entered any cost price, purchase price, sales price. Let me enter purchase price, sales price, cost price. Usually we will have it. So the purchase price, suppose $150, and the sales price $200, and the cost price minus cost $160. Okay, fine. Now, if I refresh, if I reselect, What's up? For this demand, this is you are creating a demand forecast. For this, I'm running forecast planning. Okay, I want to execute for this item. SK0011. I'm executing. Click OK. Click OK. Now, if you go to planned orders, refresh. Is it succeeded or any errors? Item coverage updated. Now, if you verify here in the plan, you select forecast plan. Why it is not created? Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. One second. This forecast plan is included to this one. Let me run now static. Run master planning. Suppose I'm executing for static plan only. Let me include schedule 0411. Click OK. Click OK. Okay, this is not an error. It is information. As I told you, planning optimization is enabled. You can use that's what it is explaining. We have another option. Give me a minute. So for this plan, one is net requirement, one is gross requirement. Net requirement means master planning, dynamic plan or something you are executing. Okay, it is another one is gross requirement means including forecast. Let me try forecast planning. Click OK. It is not including. Right, this is forecast plans. I will verify this one. I'll come back to you. But here, uh, this is manual entry. This is manual entry because this is not regular. I'm not using regularly. Another option is through process demand forecasting. You can execute the based on the historical data. You can execute this one. Okay. This is based on the historical data. We can execute this forecasting. Okay, I will verify this one and I will come back to you later on this point. Okay, the procedure is like this only. Okay, why it is not creating, I don't know. I have created forecast models. Okay, I will verify most probably after, because next week onwards we are going to make 6 to 8 session for finance and T&L. So I cannot discuss. Okay, so I will let you know most probably after this like combined session is completed. Then we'll discuss once again about this forecast planning. Okay, so simple. In this one, master planning against the sales orders demand you are executing. Whereas here in the forecast planning, we are creating our plans. We are predicting what are the plans and we are executing. That's it. Okay, in this you are running master planning. You are running master planning. In this you are running forecast planning. So for master planning in the system for master planning, if you want to execute for specific one item, you can use this one, plan net requirements. If it is a forecasting, then it is a cost. That is the major difference between these two. Okay, automatically it will create planned orders. Then you can do the firming and everything the same thing. So these are the two parts. Yes, please.
Yeah, actually there was question when that say that we can run the dynamic plan at any time you mentioned, and we can run the long-term static plan once. So for example, what will happen, that a static plan will determine certain plan orders or certain requirement that this is what we have to purchase or we have to produce. So if we will run this dynamic plan, so whether this dynamic plan will be in sync or synchronized with the static plan, or it will run on its own, it will do its own separate independent calculations, and that will become now the static plan, whatever calculations the static plan has done in 24 hours, that will become useless, or these will be synced together. Just I mean that practically I'm thinking about from the supply chain perspective, that how it will, how the supply chain specialist or supply chain manager or whatever, I mean, who is planning his materials as well as production, how he will use this both plans together, so that he will not be like that overproducing or underproducing. Maybe for example, dynamic plan will not consider all those parameters, factors, lead times, etc., that static plan has taken into consideration in 30 hours or for 24 hours. You got my point? What I'm trying to, I don't know, I was able to.
Yes. If it is not synced, then it is a complete mess up. Am I right?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, that will be the case.
Yeah, it is definitely, it is a sync. It is a sync. The only why it is separated, the reason behind, you cannot execute every day for the full entire plan. Am I right?
Yeah,
Entire thing, for the entire thing. If you are executing every day entire thing, it is a performance issues and it will create problems. That is the reason we are creating dynamic plan periodically. That is a kind of cleanup and creating a fresh dynamic plan. Static plan is on everyday amendments, modifications, or whatever it is there. Definitely it is like sync between this dynamic plan and static plan. Otherwise, it will be completely messed up.
Yeah, or whatever dynamic plan is covered, so that will not be taken again into consideration by the static
Yes,
council.
definitely. Yes, definitely. So on top of this dynamic plan only, static plan will work. It should verify already planned purchase orders created or not, right? So the only main difference is, like in the dynamic plan, we are cleaning the entire whatever it was created, we are refreshing. That is dynamic plan. Static plan changes. So at that time it should verify dynamic plan. Otherwise, if it is not verifying, then it is indirectly once again you are rerunning, am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And these plans, whenever you are executing this dynamic plan and like static plans, it is, even though it is taking so much time, X++ code, this will be executed on X++ code, it is taking so much time. So that is the reason Microsoft has introduced recently, maybe 6 months or 1 year back, this is planning optimization. You can use this planning optimization. Using this planning optimization, you can use this using this function. This will be executed in the backend like SQL Server instead of X++ code. It will execute on SQL Server. So the performance, if it is taking 4 hours, it may take 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, not more than that. That much improved a lot, but still I have not completely explored on this planning optimization. Okay, I'm still exploring on this one. This is planning optimization is a newly introduced function in D365 recently, maybe less than 1 year, maybe 1 year or something. Okay, so that it will be performance will be increased, because now it is taking hours. In some companies it is taking 12 hours, 15 hours also in for dynamic plan.
In my previous company on AX 2012, it took like 2 to 3 days sometimes.
2 to 3?
Yeah, 2 to 3 days. So far, ultimately they had to stop it, and that they say it's just not working. So it's very slow, very slow. Because the thing is that they were having so many bill of materials and multi-layer bill of materials with 7 layers and 8 layers. So it was just like crashing. Yeah. So server capacity we increased, even we brought another server to support it, but it didn't work out.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. So that is the reason Microsoft has changed this functionality. I mean to say, the functionality remains the same, but performance is improved a lot from that one to this. So those kind of businesses will be, they can use planning optimization, so that it will not take maybe some hours now. Earlier it is days, it may take hours now using this planning optimization. But how extent it is completely developed, or it is for purchase orders only, or say transfer orders, or for the production orders, everything I don't know in depth. I heard recently, so I'm just exploring on these things. Okay, so for your business, if it is really required, then we can explore on this one very quickly, more insights, so that it will be useful to your client. Okay, Asif, clear? Okay, I hope it is clear. Fine. Any more questions, team? Actually, the end result, I'm not able to show in the demand forecasting, but it is you can do it. You can do it. So maybe some whether I did mistake anything, some setup, or any technical problem, I'll verify and I will get back to this.
Sir, small.
Yeah.
So regarding some, I want to know some information about this intercompany master planning, sir.
Intercompany master planning. So yeah, it is there, but I don't have experience on that one. Yeah. Okay, but let me show you. So there is a functionality called intercompany also. Here we can map it. Dynamic plan linked with DMF company like master planning. So we can map it. So how it works, really, I'm not expert in that area, to be frankly I'm speaking.
Okay.
So, but you can use it. This intercompany planning, master planning. So intercompany stock transfer, I will explain you.
Okay.
Using that one, it may be used. So little bit complex because we need to have good command on this one, but we can map it. Yes, it is achievable using this function. But in depth, I don't have experience on how it works, how it is working, and all those things. I don't know. Okay, do you have any idea, Prasid, about this intercompany master planning?
So I am no, actually we didn't use. We tried to use this just only the master planning MRP and E, but unfortunately it didn't. It was not successful.
Okay, you are also not got chance to work with this feature.
No.
Fine. Okay, fine. But this feature is available. Yes, we can use it. So this is also can be used definitely. Intercompany master. Because see, only both going through and your recording session, going through documents will not help us. Like if you are working in the real-time scenario, you will explore or you will get more knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Next one, this is about master planning. So if you go to release product, in the plan, we understood about in the requirement, net requirements and gross requirements we understood. We understood coverage group. So here demand forecast, supply forecast and inventory forecast. Demand forecast means sales orders indirectly in the for sales how many it is. Supply forecast also you can create in inventory forecast. But I have not, you see, if you frankly speak, like forecasting, I did not get chance to work with that one, but sample practice a lot. I did it earlier, not recently, long back I did it. So this is supply forecast means indirectly it is a kind of planned purchase orders will create. Inventory forecast means for inventory transaction, for internal transfer we can use it. So you can create demand forecast, supply forecast and inventory forecast. Okay, next, default order settings. Let us understand this default order settings is available in the plan or in the manage inventory order settings, default order settings. Both are same, mirror images. There is no difference. Both are same. In this, we are mapping. So if you look at this one, we are mapping whether you want this one as a planned purchase order, production order, or Kanban. Okay, 1 second. Oh, computer systems mapped production orders. 1 minute. Okay, let me do quickly. Now I realized. Give me a minute. This is production, it was created. Let me select another item, SK0012 for this default data settings. It is purchase order. For this, let me create a demand manually. For SK0012. Let me map some sales price, purchase price. Sales price, suppose I'm taking $120. CPU. purchase price. I'm entering suppose $80. Manage cost. I'm entering suppose $90. Let me create demand for this one. SK0012, site 1, warehouse 11, quantity suppose 150, entered. Fine. Now let me run this demand forecast, like demand forecast planning. For the item SK0012. Let me quickly OK. Click on OK. Updated. Now let me verify planned orders. Just give me a minute. Okay, not coming. So I'll verify this one later. Okay, leave it. Now let me go back to the item. In this, suppose I'm using this item from many years or from many days. Now I want to stop this item not to use furthermore. If you want to stop this not to use furthermore, if you want to stop it, you cannot delete. You cannot delete because suppose if it is any transactions are exist, I'm telling you example, take the example like in this one we have items on hand inventory and the transactions are exist. I'm taking this example. Okay, if the transactions are exist, you cannot delete any master. Any master, if the transactions are exist, it will not allow you to delete. So we can stop this one. We can stop this one by clicking here stop checkbox. For purchase order, we can enable this checkbox so that system will not allow you to purchase the material. Purchase orders, whenever you are creating, it will throw error message. For internal transfers, inventory adjustment journals or transfer orders, if you want to stop, you can use inventory stop. If it is sales orders, if you want to stop, we can have stop checkbox here. Understood? The transaction can be stopped. You cannot delete the item. So in case in future, if you want to stop the transactions, you can do like this, so that business users, they will not post any transactions. Second thing, here there are minimum ordered quantity, multiple, maximum ordered quantity, and standard ordered quantity. Multiples means example, match boxes or medicines. Okay, these match boxes in general in some shops they will not sell a single piece, they will sell like this. In this set, it is 10 quantity will be there. So in some companies, they will not sell 1, 2, 3 like this. So in this case, I can map multiples of 10. Means whenever you are purchasing, system will propose it is 10, 20, 50, 30, 40. In case if you are entering 45, it will pop up a message. It is multiples of 10. Are you okay? Something. If you are forcing, if you are insisting like, yes, I want 45, it will modify 45. Otherwise, it will be 40 or 50. Either purchasing, either sales, anything. You can map. Minimum order. Minimum order means, suppose you are purchasing uh, iron almaras. You are purchasing iron almaras, or you are purchasing washing machines. Whenever you are purchasing washing machines, at that time, suppose if you are purchasing washing machines from Mumbai. Now, if you are giving an order for suppose two quantity, it is waste of transportation charges. And even vendor is not ready to deliver this many quantity, minimum to quantity. Minimum to minimum, you need to order at least 20 quantity or 15 quantity. Otherwise, example, bikes. You are purchasing bikes from another vendor from Mumbai, and at that time, at least 50 bikes you need to purchase. In a vehicle, it will be 50. Otherwise, they will not sell the material. So like that, if you want, you can select minimum order quantity, maximum order quantity. Minimum order quantity and maximum order quantity you can select. Okay, otherwise multiple sorts. Understood? Any questions here? The same manner, you can map for the purchase, you can map for the inventory transactions, you can map for sales transactions. Next, lead time is there. Look at this one. One more, purchase lead time. Here, purchase lead time means it will take, suppose, whenever you are purchasing, if the vendor is in Mumbai, it will take 2 days time to reach from vendor location to my location. Then we can use working days like 2 days. Otherwise, without working days, you can select whatever the way you want. So the lead time, purchase lead time, you can map it. In the same manner, here also inventory lead time. Inventory lead time, when it will be used, means you are transferring from one warehouse to another warehouse. At that time, you can use this inventory lead time. In the same manner, for the sales for customer, if you want to map here sales lead time, you can map like this. You can map. Okay, in case we have one more option. Suppose I'm clicking new. So for site 1, give me a minute. This is for, let me delete, I will show you. These settings can be done in a different manner. And I can create for another site 2. One minute. So this is for site 1. This is for site 1. You have different setups, and this is for site 2. There is a different setups. We can modify. Understood? If you want to overwrite, you can overwrite. Site 1 has differently, site 2 has differently, site 3 has differently. If you want to do it, you can do it. This override functionality is available. Okay, so this default order settings, whatever the way you want, you can use it. So many people will not look at this one, very rare. Whenever like only few people, like for whenever it is top required, at that time only you are going to touch this one. But if you practice this, also very this information is also very helpful to your implementations. Any doubts in this one? Default order settings. Any questions in the default order settings? No. Okay, fine. Now I want to tell you one more small information which is not I have explained, but it may not be considered much. Look at this one. I would like to explain you one more topic. It is most important in the implementations. During implementations, you can understand. Let me quickly create a purchase order. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm creating a purchase order quickly. Suppose 1001 site and warehouse. Click OK. So S002, I'm purchasing, suppose. Take the example 100 quantity I have given order. Okay. Now I did product receipt for 15 quantity. Let me do a confirmation. Okay, now I'm doing product receipt quickly. So I'm entering product receipt number. Something documented. I'm not doing product receipt for all quantity. I'm doing for 12 quantity. Click OK. Next, I'm doing invoice. So why it is taking this much time? Let me do invoice quickly. Generate invoice. For this 12 quantity, I'm doing invoice. Now I'm doing product receipt one more for 18 quantity or 6 quantity or a 12 quantity something. I'm doing product receipt once again. So end result is only 1 minute, but that is like that will be more useful to you in real time scenario. So now I did product receipt one more. I have received product receipt. Now suppose 16 quantity. I'm entering some 16 quantity. Okay, I'm doing product receipt. Next, I have received some registration 15 quantity. So for this 15 quantity, add registration line, confirm registration. It is registered. Okay. Now I want to see the entire structure, entire like how many quantity added, how many quantity registered, how many quantity received, how many quantity invoiced. All these things I want to see. So where we can see, any idea? All in one shot I want to see. I can see from invoices how many invoiced, how many invoiced. It is 12. And if I go to receive tab, I can do product receipt. I can go to product receipt. There are one is 10 quantity, 12 quantity received. Next 16 quantity. So 12 plus 16, 18 quantity received. 28, sorry, 28 quantity received. And registration I cannot see. So all we can see from here, general tab, related information, line quantity. So the total picture you can see. Total 100 quantity. After this 100 quantity, still added quantity is 57. In this 15 quantity is registered, 28 quantity received. In this 28, 12 is invoiced, 16 still I need to invoice, and 15 registered but not, we need to proceed with the like received and invoice. The entire picture you can see here. Getting my point? Understood everyone? Any questions here?
Sir, can you show that path again, sir?
So here, this purchase order, general tab, related information, line quantity. Line. Okay, the entire picture, because in real time scenario, this is against one purchase order, they will do so many product receipts, they will do so many product receipts, they will do so many invoices. Partial receipts, partial invoices will be done a lot. So for all this picture, if you want to see, you can go to general tab, related information, line quantity. Okay, fine. Any questions, please?
So what is the difference between priority and severity?
Sorry, difference between?
Difference, priority and severity.
That is testing testing word. Remind me on Monday, we'll discuss testing word.
Okay. Okay.
In the testing, you will use that functionality. Okay, definitely ask me on Monday. Well, I will explain to the entire both finance and SCM team. Okay, together.
Thank you.
Fine. Yeah, welcome. Any more questions? If nothing, then we can wind up the session for today. We'll connect once again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow means Monday morning, 6 a.m. So please plan 6 to 8 o'clock from Monday onwards. Okay, see you all. Bye-bye.